Hello guys and gals, Buffalo here. It's Wednesday. You guys know what that means. But if this is your first time tuning in to one of these videos in this series, each Wednesday I'm taking this tiny revolver. It's a North American Arms single action 5-shot revolver chambered in .22 short. And I'm shooting a common household item with it. Just for fun, just to see if it'll penetrate or if it won't. And if it does penetrate it, I'll set several items up and see how many it'll penetrate. The ammunition that I've been using is this CCI hollow point, of course 22 short. It's a 27 grain bullet, rated at 1105 feet per second. The last video in this series, at the end of December, I'll feature a video shooting this ammunition and this revolver over the chronograph, and I'll shoot it into a clear ballistics gel block. But up until then, we're just having fun guessing and finding out what it'll go through and what it won't. In today's video, I'll be shooting a mousetrap. So I've got a mouse gun versus a mousetrap. I'll set this up, and if it goes through the mousetrap, then we'll set several of them up and see how many it'll go through. You can see this is just a common Victor mousetrap. It does have a big metal spring on it. I am going to attempt to avoid hitting that metal spring, but anything else goes. I might try to shoot through this plastic on purpose. But I'll get this set up and we'll go ahead and get started. I like to keep these videos short. So I've got this set up the same as I've done with all the other tests so far. I've got the mousetrap held in the upright position by my rusty, crusty, trusty wood clamp. Let's see if the little 22 short will blast through it. Alright, so I've got one cartridge loaded into the tiny revolver. I'm going to see if I can hit that mousetrap right on that plastic cheese plate. Here we go. It blew the whole back out of the mousetrap. All right, so I hit the plastic tray here right at the top, and as you can see, it easily blew through the mousetrap. No problems there. I did hit the little piece of wire that holds the bait holder on, so I did strike that metal wire, but again, didn't have any problems blasting through there. So you guys know what I got to do. I got to put several traps up here and see if we can catch that bullet in a trap. Alright, so I've got 7 of the mouse traps lined up here. I hope that's enough to catch the bullet. Just got a little gaffer's tape on top and on the bottom. I didn't add anything in between the traps. Alright, so I'm ready to do this. Just a reminder, anytime you're shooting, you should have your safety glasses on, especially when you're shooting a non-standard target like this, obviously. I'm going to try to avoid hitting that main spring, just for that very reason. I don't want a piece of something coming back on me or hitting one of the cameras. But here we go. All right, let's take a look here. So we've got 4 traps left standing. We've got a trap here. We've got 2 on the ground. We need to deduce what happened here. It looks like this was the first trap in the lineup. Maybe you guys can tell better on that slow motion footage, but it took the most damage. And then if we look on the ground, we've got 2 down here. One of them is not damaged at all. And the other one has a indentation on that plastic tray. So this would have been the second trap. So it went through one trap but didn't go through two. So it would have been set up like this. It went through the first one just like we thought it would, because we did shoot through one of these already. And then it left a big indentation on that second trap, knocked it off the stand. And also the third trap, which didn't get hit, fell with it. But we've got our bullet here. I'll take it over to the better camera and we'll take a look at it. So I did look at the slow-mo footage and I was right. It went through the first mousetrap and the second stopped it. Just left an indentation on the second trap. So I was a little bit surprised by that. I thought the way it blew through that single trap that I had set up, I thought it's going to go through 3 or 4 of these mouse traps. But I was wrong. I should have placed a guess, but I didn't this time. I've been wrong on so many of them. But I wanted to show you guys the bullet. I always show you guys the bullet after we make a recovery. You can see this is looking at it from the nose end. You can see the little hollow point indentation there. And the bullet is deformed a little, about like it's been on most of these tests. Certainly not as deformed as it was on that last test with the shaving cream. That one I pulled out the shaving cream cam was really deformed. But there's you a look at it. You guys always remember, if someone asks you to give up a little bit of your freedom for the greater good, that freedom is the greater good. And I guess that's all I've got for today. So I'll talk with y'all again soon.